I'd like to talk about our journey towards diversity. About 4 or 5 years ago, we got feedback from our staff that we were a fairly blokey, stereotypical type organisation. Our recruitment policies and promotions weren't in line with people thought they should be. And at the end of the day, perception is reality, and we decided we needed to do something about our diversity.
My name is Jo Mugglestone. My position is General Manager, Human Resources. Yeah, our culture of gender equality I think really comes from some foundation principles around our policies and processes, whether it be through our HR policies or whether it be through our recruitment processes. So ensuring that we're considering equality, we're looking at diversity, whether it be through gender, race, different areas that we focus on. So we've got a number of sort of foundation initiatives or processes, I guess, that underpin what we do, and making sure that we focus on diversity and equality within our workplace.
My name's Rachel Jowett. I'm the National Sales Manager for our hire line of business. I've been in the modular hire industry for around 10 years. I think the construction industry has actually come a long way over the last 5 or 6 years in promoting women in the industry and making more allowances and a bit more flexibility, because we're all trying to juggle families as well. But yeah, Ausco's certainly leading the way. By encouraging feedback and input from everybody, I think it genuinely doesn't matter what your gender is. When you're applying for a role or contributing in a meeting environment, they pay maternity leave, which not everyone in this industry does, and there probably is a really good support around the life-work balance, so there is a bit of flexibility if you need it. The benefits of a diverse workplace is predominantly around the new ideas and perspectives. I think if you get a room full of people that are the same and think the same, you don't really get a lot of new ideas or new input. So I think it gives us a better understanding of the community and our customers as a whole.
Hi, my name is Yvonne Pangeli and I'm the Regional Manager for Queensland, New South Wales for Ausco Modular Construction. I don't believe women think like men. I think we think totally different and on the same topic, and for that you get, by bringing a woman into the mix, you get a different way of attacking a problem.
My name is Bernadette Bramble. I'm a Business Development Representative in Brisbane office. I've been in this current position for about 10 years. Overall I've been with Ausco in multiple positions for 23 years. I started here as a 2-week assignment through a temp agency, and I'm still here, but that was through the accounts department. So I started doing accounts receivable way back then, got put up on full time, became 2IC within that department, and then moved through the ranks. Ausco's always been a very supportive company no matter what gender. However, there's been in a male-dominated industry, it's always been a little bit tougher for females. Ausco have been very good with that though, and we see more and more females coming through the ranks, particularly in higher management positions. As a promotion of equality, I think the best thing is that they do have managers that are women, and it doesn't matter whether it's a construction manager, whether it be a transport coordinator, it doesn't really matter what that position is. A woman can do anything. Coming into a male-dominated industry is probably more acceptable now than what it was when I was first coming into a male-dominated industry. If you didn't prove yourself, you were out basically, and it's a lot easier now. You're getting far more support from management and the business all round. Believe in yourself. I think that's probably the best advice I could give to a younger female coming into a male-dominated industry. Believe in yourself, be yourself, and just do your job.
My name is Michelle. I'm the Senior Financial Accountant at Ausco Modular. So I've been with Ausco Modular for 7.5 years. So when I came to Ausco, I came as a financial accountant on a 6-month contract actually. I think I probably, coming from banking, which is definitely an environment where there's a big gender diversity, I think coming to construction probably made me realise that maybe in some sectors there's not that gender balance, and I think initially it was maybe more obvious to me that there was a bit of a gender imbalance, but I think more so in the last probably 12 to 18 months, I think at Ausco we've seen the tables turn a little bit and seen more females join in senior roles, which I think is really good to see. I think the biggest challenge for the next generation of women entering the workforce is breaking down some of the gender barriers that have existed in the past. I think there's definitely a lot more attention now on women entering fields like science and technology, which I think is really good, because there's a lot of talent in females that maybe hasn't been recognised in the past, or they haven't been encouraged to put into action in the past.
My name's Leanne McKellar and I'm the bid administrator, bid coordinator for Ausco Modular. I've worked for Ausco for 6 years. Initially employed at Ausco Modular as internal sales and did a bit of bid tendering on the side. It was during the mining boom, so things really heated up in tendering and bid tendering and preferred supplier agreements. I worked as a project administrator for a short time, so I understand the delivery side of the business, and then was offered the role of bid administrator, bid coordinator. Ausco promotes gender equality by actually listening and seeking opinion from all staff members, regardless of sex. I've always admired how management seek opinion and don't classify people by their position or their gender, and the diversity of people that work for Ausco bring so much to the table. For people women wanting to re-enter the workforce or seeking a similar position, I think they need to be relentless. They need to be questioning, seeking, finding the information themselves, not relying on other people. Being helpful, available and open to new ideas makes you succeed regardless of what position you're going for. The biggest challenge for the next generation women entering the workforce, I think there's no challenge. Women have succeeded throughout history. Women have always been there, but I think they're becoming more visible and opinionated and respected.
My name's Fred Myers and I am the Operations Coordinator for Transport and Logistics for Ausco. So my role here, primarily I was employed to look after large tenders, so help with pricing and compliance and everything for transport companies, and so that we can then go to tender with the correct information. We won a big project, so they asked me to come out to the yard and seconded me for 6 months to look after that project. So while I'm here, looking after all the inward and outward bound transport. They promoted gender equality by believing in everything that you do. This is the first company I've ever really worked for where they've just asked me my opinion and asked for not necessarily statistics, but things like what we need for transport compliance, and there's no question that I'm giving them incorrect information. I think having a diverse workplace gives you opportunity to grow within an organisation. You can sort of start down low and learn from your peers and go on up that ladder, hopefully. Yeah. In my position, my biggest recommendation would be know what you're talking about and be strong and confident in what you're talking about.
Diversity at the end of the day makes for better collaboration, there's better thinking, better behaviour and overall better outcomes, and it's certainly good for our business.
What women inspires me? Many women have inspired me during my career. I've always worked for companies that have had women in senior management positions.
My sister inspires me. She's an amazing lady. She's a very kind-hearted.
Manager of mine always remains really true to herself.
And I actually have to tell you, no one except my mother.
There's probably quite a large number that would in their own way. I think anyone that's sort of a mover or a shaker or proactive in what they do inspires me.
Still always the same answer, and it's Oprah Winfrey. She's just an amazing lady. She's strong, she's dominant, but she's got the empathy and compassion.